topic that no one hardly talks about is why powerful rituals like meditation, journaling, gratitude, exercise, etc., why they do not help you heal permanently from stress, overwhelm, anxiety, and why it takes so long. So what's happening is that by the time you've introduced these rituals in your life, you've already been carrying a lot of stress. So let's say this is your baseline. You do these rituals, you've done your practice that will bring your stress levels right down by changing the chemical environment in your mind and body by producing hormones. So those chemicals, they're not going to last forever. Your body is going to use them up and burn them, which means that the stress levels will again start creeping up. What is even more important is when you start your next day, your external reality has not changed. People around you, workplace situation, the kind of partner you have, money, health, all those things, they are the same. Even more importantly, your internal environment, what you think, what you believe, your emotional patterns, your triggers, your pain points, they have not changed either, which means that the stress goes right back to what the baseline is for you. And also because this has become your emotional identity, this is what your mind and body are familiar with. It may not be comfortable, but it is certainly familiar. And brain always sticks with what is familiar, no matter how uncomfortable it is. And if you're having a particularly bad day, if you're triggered, if your workload is higher, if a certain event has happened, this may amplify further. And now again, if you introduce your practices, it will come down a bit, again to go back up. And this is the cycle that you're stuck in. And this is why you feel that nothing is happening, that the results are transient, that nothing can be done about it. This is who I am. At some level, this is who you have become. And I don't disagree with it, but it can change. And you can change it and you can shift it. And now coming to the next important point. If you are thinking, what about the changes in the brain and the body that everyone talks about, the neuronal networks? That is not going to happen in days, not in weeks. If you're very lucky, you may start feeling real change within months. Sometimes it takes longer. That's just science. This is how your mind and body are built. Now, the problem with that is for that, you have to do these practices, have to stick to them over a long period of time consistently. And whenever you're having a bad day, when you're overwhelmed, when you're anxious, likelihood is your self-care and these rituals are the first thing to go. This is what we all do. And I've come with a far better and more powerful solution. And this is working with your mind in a state of suggestibility where you're able to look within. And what we do is that we look at your stress levels, bring them right down. In our first session of Limbic Hack, we help you release the stress. Once we've done that, once we have made you feel better, then we examine your thought patterns, your beliefs, your emotional imprints at a much deeper level. What is the emotional identity? Why is it that you get triggered so easily? Why is it that you get overwhelmed? Why is it that you get stressed? Why is it that you catastrophize? And there can be a number of reasons behind it, but it has all to do with your internal environment and internal reality. We help you process all this, acknowledge it, and release it. And this is not where we end. We replace it with far more empowering and powerful beliefs, thoughts, and emotional identity. And because we are working with your brain rather than against it, we're not fighting it, the change that you feel is real, and you feel it from the first day. And then the more you do it, it amplifies. And this is how real healing works.